In the midst of a thrilling weekend in Philadelphia sports, the 76ers and most specifically Joel Embiid drop a nugget of information that could affect the entire future of the franchise. So we'll talk about what he said and what it means for this team moving forward. But it also contradicts what Daryl Morey had to say. And Sixers owner Josh Harris finally delivers a message to the fan base. And boy, you don't want to miss what he had to say. So we'll get into it all. But welcome in to Philly Take with RB. I'm RB. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We cover this team every single day. And we started off with a quick piece of news. The Sixers have officially signed David Roddy to a 10-day contract. Who is that? Does his name sound familiar to you? Remember back in 2022, they had drafted David Roddy at the end of the first round, but subsequently traded him to the Memphis Grizzlies to get DeAnthony Melton. That didn't really pan out. But David Roddy has not either. He has appeared in 27 games this season for the Atlanta Hawks, averaging 4.5 points per game on 47.3% shooting, 37.2% from three-point range, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.1 assists. And he's now in his third NBA season. He's appeared in 162 games with Memphis, Phoenix, and Atlanta, posting career averages of 6.3 points and 2.9 rebounds per game. So just another body to have, maybe some more depth, a guy who could potentially develop down the line, but they did pre-draft work on him. So, why not go pick him up? Hawks made some moves at the deadline, had to get rid of some guys, and he was on the chopping block. But just a little while ago, Sixers do announce that David Roddy has been assigned to the Delaware Bluecoats. So you might get called up eventually, especially with the injuries on this team, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's get into the cream of the crop, man. Question of the day for all my Sixer faithful out there, okay? Should the Sixers shut down Joel Embiid for the rest of the season? Based on the last two games alone, with the big three back, Sixers get ran off the floor by the Pistons without Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. They get ran off the floor by the Bucks on Super Bowl Sunday without Giannis. By the way, shout out to the Eagles, right? Super Bowl champs. The city is buzzing. Maybe the Sixers could take a page or two out of the Eagles book, but we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, Sixers get ran off the floor 2 games in a row. Is it time to officially shut Joel Embiid down for the season? Well, I'll give you my thoughts, but let me know yours down below. And before we jump into it, I got to give a shout out to the great sponsor of today's video. It is Mando Deodorant. Are you someone out there who, has been itching to find the right deodorant for you, right? You've gone through a lot. Haven't been able to find the one for you, a deodorant that could survive a long day at work or maybe just get you prepared for the first date you're about to go on, right? You got the fresh cut, you cleaned your car, you're all spiffy, ready to go, but you can't forget smelling like a champion, man. And Mando Deodorant is a whole body deodorant that's created by a doctor who saw how body odor was being misdiagnosed and then decided to create this amazing product right here. If you're someone who sweats a lot, it's perfect for you. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor better than a shower with soap alone. My personal favorite is the Mount Fuji, but I also like the bourbon leather. They both have really unique, nice, smooth smells, and they're very comfortable. They don't irritate my skin. I like the whole body deodorant spray as well. A couple clicks with that and boom, you're ready to go. So they are currently America's #1 whole body deodorant formula. And you need to check them out. Even the Invisible Cream deodorant. There's so many variations and so many cool products. And you need to check out the Mando Starter Pack. It comes with one of these solid stick deodorants that can be used on the whole body. The Cream Tube deodorant. 2 free products like mini body wash and deodorant wipes. And free shipping as well. And right now you can get $5 off of the starter pack by using my code PhillyTake5. So go to Mando.com, use the code PhillyTake5 at shopmando.com, get $5 off. Once again, shopmando.com, support them, let them know that RB sent you. All right, speaking of smelling fresh, the Sixers organization reeks right now. It reeks of lying because while the Sixers were getting beat on Sunday by the Bucks, this came out during the first quarter, and I was live streaming the game. We'll be live tonight again, so come join us for Sixers versus Raptors. But ladies and gentlemen, I could not believe that Lisa Salters on ESPN dropped this nugget in the middle of a game like nothing was important here. This is what she said, quote, "I asked Joel Embiid how that left knee feels and gave a really long pause and just said, It is what it is. He said to still be talking about it and dealing with it almost a full year after when the injury first occurred, it's been frustrating and the most difficult thing he's ever had to go through in his career. He said he thinks it will likely take another surgery and a long recovery period, something he didn't have after the initial injury last February. So once again, Lisa Salters drops this, and the Sixers like to drop these information nuggets while nobody's paying attention, right? Everybody's thinking about Super Bowl Sunday. Are you kidding me? Another surgery? More rest? What? This is insane. This is bonkers, man. And I've been telling you all along that the initial injury never recovered. He should have never come back in the playoffs. What was it, like 7-8 weeks? Plays really well in the playoffs, by the way. And like I said, I've never been mad at him for his entire career, what he's had to go through and deal with this organization, playing through all these injuries. But at this point, if he is hurt and he's still out there playing hurt and you can physically see it, there's reasons why we think he's not giving effort, doesn't jump on rebounds and can't defend because he's hurt. And if he needs another surgery, why is he still playing? That's unbelievable, man. Here's what Ramona Shelburne had to say about the Joel Embiid situation and potentially needing another surgery as well.
What more can you tell us about the situation?
So the Sixers have had about 8-9 doctors who have examined him, leading knee specialists in the world. And there's a frustration from everyone involved, Joel Embiid, the doctors, everyone, that his knee has not responded to that surgery he had on his meniscus last year. It just has not bounced back the way that everyone was hoping. And there's none of those doctors have said the surgery is recommended right now, that this is what you should.
So everybody is frustrated. The knee has not bounced back. And when you think about the history of injuries with Joel Embiid, I mean, you're getting to a point now where, like, I mean, how better can it get? You know, and it's really unfortunate. It really is sad. This same injury that they rushed him back from, now again, did play in the Olympics, which is very curious, right? But you missed the first 9 games of the season, and you've been playing a couple, then you sit out a couple. This is not how you build a team for the future. This team cannot sustain success. And the worst part about it all, as everybody is frustrated, is that Daryl Morey last Friday, when he had this impromptu presser, said this, quote, his injury is one where you're managing his symptoms, swelling and pain. When those things happen, it's best to sit out. But we do think there will be a place in the future where the symptoms are reduced or go to 0. In addition to that, he talks about the big 3. A top 5 player is required to win a championship. Doesn't happen without one of these special players. We're building around Joel. We've built around Joel, and we continue to plan to build around Joel because he's the special player that can help us win the championship. Daryl Morey also said, I know you have to squint a little, but we feel like this team can still win the championship. Well, you might as well be squinting really damn hard. You might need new prescriptions because this team ain't winning. Are you kidding me? And the thing that really gets me is that there's fans out there that are mad at the fans for being mad. Why are you mad at the fans for being mad? This is unbelievable management of a situation. I can't even say I'm incredibly pissed off at Joel. Now, I don't like how he goes out there and hasn't been given a lot of effort in some of these games, but he's also hurt. He's still hurt. And based on that, with your GM telling you the exact opposite, like, it is time to shut this guy down. And when I think about the recent games, you think about that 4-game win streak the Sixers went on, then they won 5 out of 7. Then the big 3 come back. They're trying to play a complete different style of game that these young guys are not used to. And the young guys were building up momentum. Now Ricky Council gets 0 minutes. Adem Bona gets a handful of minutes. And the rest of the young guys barely even play because of the big 3. So that's a strategy, schematics issue, maybe with more time to build it up, right? They could find that chemistry with the big 3, but you're playing 3 different styles of game as you go on. There's no consistency, and that's not how you build a championship. Like, what's really getting on my nerves is like, okay, so what should the season ticket holders do, right? People are mad at the fans for being mad. Well, okay, if I'm shelling out thousands of dollars, right, and I hire somebody to, fix my house, and they keep sending the backup guy who doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm still paying top dollar for it, am I not supposed to question that? These fans are buying merch. They're going to games. People are still showing up to these games, paying parking, all that, to see nobody to see young guys. And then one game they might see Joel, they might pay to see Paul George, and he doesn't show up and play. And on top of that, it's like, okay, well, if my boss every day tells me that he's going to give me a raise, and then he keeps saying, all right, well, the next week, then the next week, then the next week, and I question my boss, why haven't I got my raise? Like, maybe I don't expect my boss to come out and tell me I don't have any money left to give you a raise, but then why did you initially tell me that you're going to give me a raise? Why did the Sixers back early in the season say, yeah, Joel's going to be fine. We got a whole plan. We're ramping up. Why are they not just telling us the truth? And why are they putting this man's health at risk? Shut him down. Get this done the rest of the season, right? You're not bad enough to get the top pick, but you're also not good enough to win. And see what you got with these young guys. Because again, I do think the Sixers have a really good young core moving forward. When I look at some of these players, now again, the cap table doesn't look good because of Joel and PG, the top heavy contracts, but Maxey, McCain, Edwards, Yabu, Council, Butler, Grimes, some of these guys can play, man. So I think you are seeing them try to get younger. But my thing is, stop giving us the double talk and just tell us what you're doing, right? Maybe you can't tell us exactly, but trying to feed us fake hope like this is ridiculous. And the fans, with everything they've been through, should be frustrated. And lastly, Josh Harris says this to the Sixer fan base, quote, I'm really optimistic that we are going to make a playoff run now. Well, the goal is to win a championship. When's the last time Joshua Harris watched a Sixers game? We know he's so infatuated and caught up in the Washington Commanders right now. When's the last time he watched a Sixers game? Really? Really, Josh? This is going to fire the fan base up. I mean, people should be disgusted right now. And just the lack of transparency, the one game, playing these guys, the next game they're not there. And, we have a plan, and then you're telling us you still think we can win a championship and make the playoffs. But then again, we're getting younger. We're selling off. You're ducking the tax. Stop the lying. The quicker we get to the truth and the bottom of it, the quicker it can get better as we move forward. I love Joel. I love the effort he's put in over the years and what this team has gone through. But we see it. We all see the writing on the wall, and it's time for something to happen, and it starts with shutting him down. That's my thoughts on it. Give me yours down below in the comment section. Should he get the surgery now and sit out the rest of the season? Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.